Here comes the next potentially historically hidden cost that is now going to emerge and make it even harder for newcomers into this segment, which is as regulation catches up, the regulatory costs, at least for enterprises, in many cases they exceed the hardware cost for enterprise AI deployments. So again, just to put it in perspective, if you think about the European Union's AI Act implementation in total terms of R&D, in terms of humans, in terms of providing all the risk documents and disclosures to the regulators, you're looking at least about $5 to $10 million if you're lucky, potentially higher. For the patchwork of regulations from various US states, you're looking at somewhere between $2 to $5 million per state. If it happens to be a global company that's working in Europe, they have to comply to GDPR. That's another $3 to $7 million a year. Therefore, for an enterprise, the total compliance burden could be as high as an additional 25% on AI budgets. That's purely on compliance. Add to it the research that every organization has to do on safety, so that ensuring that the model is not leaking any PII data, the model is not providing any guidance that it should not provide, that it is not um, hallucinating, as an example, that it's not providing hateful information, and so on and so forth. And by the way, there is two elements to that cost. There is the budget spent on safety and alignment of the model. So this is in the model training phase itself. Reportedly, Anthropic is spending as much as 30% of the budget on model safety and alignment, followed closely by OpenAI at 25%, DeepMind from Google at 20%. So that's $15 billion a year purely at the model training level itself. And then there is a second level of safety research investment that enterprises have to do when they're adopting this within the enterprise. The flip side of this is what these companies are now able to do is they are now approaching what they're calling proactive compliance ROI, which is that, hey, our models out of the box already are compliant to certain type of regulations, or we provide you these type of guardrails. Therefore, we can help you achieve the compliance quickly. And then there is some stats here in terms of how they can achieve proactive compliance. The point here being that it's both a cost, it's a hidden cost to some extent, but they're now trying to turn it into comparative differentiation by saying that compliance is no longer just a regulatory overhead, but if they were to build this compliance and safety into the model itself, they can use that as a competitive mode.